Good people of War Room Nation, welcome to War Room's. What's up, good people of War Room Nation? Welcome to Inside the War Room on War Room Sports TV. I'm one of your hosts, Devin McMillan. I'm here with my homies, Jimmy Williams.
I'm
and
here to
B.
excite
Austin.
and throw Yamin to Yamin. Go ahead, B. Austin.
Yo, I'm trying to get this joint popping because the joint is hot.
John,
Okay.
right?
All right, we're here today, good people, to talk to you guys about the growing speculation that LeBron James might actually end up back in Cleveland by opting out of his contract with the Miami Heat in 2014. Fellas, it can't be, can it? Like, we really just want to know, do you guys think that this is possible in any
Of course,
shape, or form? You think it's possible, B. Austin?
we dealing with a flip flopping noodle that is more conscientious of the value away from basketball than he is on the court. So why wouldn't he capitalize on the Miami market, get some of that South Beach money, and then return like the prodigal son to Cleveland? I definitely think it's plausible.
Yo, here's my thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've heard this story a lot. People are talking about it because he can't opt out. And, Cleveland will be a destination now with Kyrie there and all that. But at the end of the day, man, I've been to Ohio. I know you brothers have been to Ohio. And I've also been
I used to
in
get
the
it in
South Beach.
Ohio.
I hear you, Cam. But, yo, I've been to South Beach, dog. And in terms of quality of life, let's just say that. Let's just say quality of life. I can't see leaving Miami to go play in Cleveland. And you have to figure that free agents will still want to come to Miami.
Yo, so all of our fans in Cleveland, man, I that's him speaking, man. I think Ohio cool, man. Cookies and apple juice.
I see what Jimmy's saying. I mean, it's a thing like this. Imagine being rich in Cleveland, and imagine being rich in Miami. See, I'm actually not one of those people who thinks Miami is the end-all, be-all destination. I travel around the world. I've seen a whole lot more. So, everybody who thinks that Miami is the greatest place on earth, like FOH.
Keep the humble brag. That's the humble brag right there.
FOH and get out your neighborhood. But
damn.
Get off your stepping around the corner.
This is the question I have for you guys when this, about this whole situation. We have to remember how tumultuous the situation got when LeBron left. Dan Gilbert with his Comic Sans letter that he sent to LeBron, out of anger. Do you think, since B. Austin, you think it's plausible, a lot of people that we speak to think it's plausible that LeBron may go back, try to return, like you said, as the prodigal son. Do you think it's possible that he and Dan Gilbert could get to a point where they can make this possible and live happily ever after?
It's three things. It's three things to consider in that whole scenario. One, Dan Gilbert isn't basically in love with LeBron. Like, you wouldn't go through all of that energy and look that foolish. It's just like if you have a chick. Like, if you play yourself way out of position, we know you loved her. Dan loves him. So I think Dan will look at the money and look at, the situation, and he can't turn LeBron down. Somebody will whisper in his ear and get him straight. Two, LeBron, deep down inside, no matter how many people love him, it probably bothers him that the people in his hometown and home state don't really mess with him. So to be able to get their love back, I could see that. And then the third thing is all of the folks that are beating him down for the fact that he had the super team and go with 2 to 3 other Hall of Famers just to get rings. It's kind of like a reprieve in his mind to be able to go back to a place that's not a big market, that doesn't have a lot of stars, although Kyrie Irving is on the come up. Shout out to Kyrie for taking ankles and not asking for no names, taking no prisoners. But I think that LeBron going back there, in his mind, it may even be a vindication. Being in Miami and South Beach is kind of like being a mercenary. We know that nobody wakes up in the morning and plays ball and knows they're going pro and is thinking, yo, I want to go play for Miami. Nah, you going to Miami for the yams, for the weather, and for the tax benefit. So I definitely think that we could see him return to Cleveland. Cleveland rocks. Shout out to our Cleveland fans.
In terms of the possibility, I mean, it is possible. It's a great story when you consider how tumultuous it was when he left. And I think Dan Gilbert will swallow his pride because at the end of the day, you're talking about something small in comparison to what would happen if he, that would dominate the headlines for that entire season.
He got to
LeBron
swallow
going
his
back to
pride. He
Cleveland.
done already
Well,
swallowed
yeah.
LeBron.
I agree with the notion that Dan Gilbert would swallow his pride. Who in their right mind is going to turn down LeBron
The
James
best player in the world.
trying to come to your team as a free agent? My whole thing, I'm a little reluctant in this situation because I'm like, would LeBron really do that? Like after leaving these people, I'm not really sure.
Dev, he feels bad about it.
It's not. I know, but I can't even place words to it because it's not about the people either. Because as badly as they treated LeBron after he left, I know Cleveland fans will welcome him back with open arms, just as well. But I'm just thinking to myself, like, would LeBron really do this? I'm gonna go down here, win a ring or two with Miami, exhaust, all of our chances there because maybe Dwayne Wade may be getting a little old in the knees and Chris Bosh is Chris Bosh.
In the knees. I got you. I totally.
It seems weird to me.
I totally get what you're saying. Like, would he be able to do that considering the way he left? Not necessarily would they accept him back, but would he be able? And I totally get that. But at the end of the day, Austin made a great point. LeBron sees the bigger picture. You know what I mean? He's trying to show you the large picture. It's not just about basketball for him. It's about LeBron James, the brand. He's already been on record as saying he wants to be the first billion-dollar athlete.
So you
imagine this story.
He needs to mend some fences in order to do that.
Well,
I don't think he needs to. But
I don't even think it's the mending of fences. It's the overarching story of his career. Here you got a dude. He left. He kind of sold out to the evil empire. They got some rings. They did their thing. Now, how would it look for him in 2014 at the age of 30 to go back to Cleveland, take that on his shoulders, and run in a small market and dominate? Like it's a nice storyline.
Man, Nike would love that, yo.
He the type of dude that is thinking about the bigger picture and the storylines and the value of the story, as opposed to your athletes of yesteryear who never thought about marketability and how a story would play out.
Okay, so let me play devil's advocate here a little bit.
Things done changed.
Because we know Dan Gilbert would welcome him back. We know the fans would welcome him back because, no matter how upset they were, they want him on their team. How would he look to the rest of the world, though? I'm pretty sure, LeBron has as many haters and detractors as he has nut huggers. So how would you think he would look to the people who are already looking to throw digs at LeBron?
I don't think he would look any worse now than he did when he got.
Yeah. Great point. Like I'm not really a LeBron hater, but I'll represent the LeBron haters here at War Room Sports. Like, no matter what he does, I'm a hate on him. So that's not really, no matter what he does, I'm going to find a way to critique the game. I'm going to tell you that he doesn't post up well. I'm going to tell you his jumper's still broke. He still shoots 74%. He's still super team. He still wears women's clothing.
Listen. Also, this is another thought, though. Do you think that any of this speculation would even be coming about if Kyrie Irving wasn't coming into his own like that? Because in a way, he'd still be super teaming to come back and super team. So by 2014, I'm not a prisoner of the moment type of dude, but by 2014, it's very feasible that Kyrie Irving would be the best point guard in the league.
He got the best yo-yo in the game already.
Or maybe one of the top 5 players in the league.
Yeah.
So
here's the difference. Here's the difference. In Miami now, if you look at it, and we know we look at it for more what it truly is than perception, but the perception in Miami is that he left to play with 2 other Hall of Famers. And now if you add Ray Allen in there, who we may not believe is a Hall of Famer, but based on what we've seen in the past, he's going to the Hall.
But I don't know if the word Hall of Fame was thrown around when he left, because the only person who thought Chris Bosh was a Hall of Famer then was Chris Bosh, and he told us that.
Chris Bosh been a Hall of Famer, man. He had
I don't
put it this way, B. Austin. He left. Everybody looked at it as if he left to play in somebody else's team.
Yeah.
Cleveland isn't his team anymore, so he'd be leaving again to play on somebody else's team.
But he's a prodigal son in terms of being from that area. So him returning is different than him going to Miami, though.
Well, here's the question.
Yeah.
when he went to Miami, was D Wade standing in the league any higher than what Kyrie's would be at the end of 2014? And I guess that's what Devin is saying.
Yeah,
I guess that's what Devin is saying. Devin is saying by that time,
Kyrie
standing in the league, maybe. I get what you're saying.
I don't want LeBron to look like he's doing the same thing to the
A
people.
duo is different than a triumvirate.
They have some talent. It might
no.
It's not just Kyrie.
Deion Waiters is my young boy.
He wasn't even the next name I was gonna say. I mean, they got some talent over there. They got young talent, but we're talking, year or two down the line.
Tristan Thompson.
They might get a lottery pick this year.
Might get a lottery pick this year. Already got Zeller.
Yeah, they do. They got some talent. They are actually fun to watch, even in losing.
If I'm LeBron, I know how talented we're saying those young guys are and what Kyrie could be. But if I'm him, I'm not going there unless I can play with this ball.
True. Lowering. Yo, even if you got to bring him out of retirement, ain't that?
If Brendan Haywood ain't there,
so by 2014, if Brendan Haywood is retired, do you go to Brendan's house and kind of give him a pitch?
Yeah, you gotta get him out of retirement, man. I can't run without you, Brendan.
I got you.
I can't run without you, B.
Where would you rank Brendan Haywood? Where do you think LeBron ranks Brendan Haywood?
Well, I think Brendan goes somewhere like right above Kareem and near. It's like, let me stop playing, man. Look, everybody.
Somebody gonna take you serious with that too, by the way.
Kareem, because guess what? When you said Kareem, I thought Kareem Rush.
Kareem Towns.
Kareem Towns got a better falsetto than Kareem Rush, that is. But
but look, everybody. Go ahead, Jim. Make your last point.
No. All I was gonna say is this, man. I could see it happening. There are a lot of factors that go into this. Would you want to live in Cleveland? We brought that up, but at the end of the day, as much money as he has, it doesn't matter where you live.
He lives anywhere he wants.
In terms of the story, man, like it'll make a great story, but at the end of the day, LeBron is going to be a Laker. I mean, that's just what it is. It just, you know what I'm saying? It just has to happen. All right, we can come to the Sixers too. You know what I'm saying? Let's go Sixers. The Sixers. But I'm just saying, like, LeBron is going to be a Laker, man. Kyrie might be there with him. That's the way it always works out,
He might just meet whoever he wants to play with. He might just meet them.
Yeah, just call him at this point. Just call him up and tell him, "Yo, this is where we're going to play in 2014." That's probably going on. You know how soft these dudes are. They probably calling up, let's play together in 2014.
Yeah, I wonder what the people think.
It's already a plan. That's what I'm saying. What do you guys out there think? Do you think it's feasible that this speculation, this growing speculation may come up to be true? Make sure you let us know. Come to the page, like the video, comment on the video. Let's get a dialogue started. WarRoomSportsTV.com. Make sure you check out WarRoomSports.com for everything you need. War Room. All right. So until next time, everybody, do not accept mediocrity and be steadfast in the war against ignorance.
I see you chumps on top.
It's the War Room with 5 nights at the round table, 5 Philly guys.